So the day has come to a little bit of a standstill, and I find myself trapped in this concrete white cube, which I have become quite fond of. Through the concrete wall, the crashing and banging and the coughing that only a smoker produces has been replaced by some calming piano, and I've been quietly listening and concentrating, and I quite like it. It's provided a little bit of light relief from what's turned into quite a heavy morning, and the cleaners are not allowed in today. It's the first day where I've lost my motivation to go out and do things, and we kindly had another invite to go and see the guys at their new hotel, and I think Sarah would have probably liked to have taken them up on that offer, but for me, I just didn't have the energy, and when I don't have the energy, I just don't want to come across as rude and struggling, and that's my fear. I guess Sarah's counter to that is maybe it comes across as rude by not going. So yeah, it makes it a difficult situation, and I don't want to stop her doing things. Yeah, it's a hard one. We're very similar and we work really well, but at other points, sometimes I do feel like maybe I restrict her through my own insecurities and oddities. So yeah, it adds additional weight, I guess. Wondering if I'm helping things or if I'm hindering them. So yeah, it's a moment as well before we leave Thailand, and I don't think this feels like much of a change to me, because it actually, the journey continues. And Sarah did ask me what I'm making of this journey and how I'm feeling about it. And I guess my approach was one of not treating it as a holiday, and I did want purpose, and the filming and recording and documenting has given it that, and it's been a motivator to do things, which has been really good. But as with all things, what sets you free can eventually get its claws into you and trap you, and maybe that has become a focus. And I looked at my phone usage yesterday and it was like 6.5 hours, which is crazy. That's way more than I would have been on it in the UK. And I think it's down to not so much the filming, because that's kind of easy to do as you go along the day. It doesn't really impact that and change it. It's more the editing and putting it together and doing all the back end stuff, which we're both doing a lot of. So yeah, and it made me think, well, am I enjoying it? And I guess then when I think about that, it pulls me into this dichotomy of past and future, and maybe removes me from the present. And I'm thinking, well, am I enjoying this? It's turned into a job, which is what I asked for, I guess. But then with that, you do want to see some like progress and some traction along with that. And I guess maybe it's early days, but maybe I haven't really seen that. And the desire creeps in to want a little bit more. And then I guess the fight or flight mechanism comes into play, and you think, well, okay, if this isn't working, head back to the UK. And then it's like, well, I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I was running from the UK, looking for something here, looking for a new future here, a new pathway. And yeah, there's another knock. It's not at my door though. There's no harmony for me running back to the UK now, I don't think. And at the same time, perhaps when I look at the future here, I'm like, well, where is this going? And then it puts the moment into a little bit of chaos. The nervous energy comes in of feel like stuck between a rock and a hard place, which is not the way things should be. It's not the way I want things to be in my mind. It's not the way that I aspire to be. In terms of, I guess, the travel or the journey we're on, it's really just an expansion of the journey that I'm on in life, I guess, that we're on in life. And I like the way that Alan Watt conceptualizes it, and he parallels travel or journeying or life with, or the way you should approach it with how you approach a piece of music and you play a piece of music. Approach life with a sense of play. And the beauty of music isn't how fast you can play it, how quickly you can get to the end. It's about being completely engaged in the moment that lasts so temporarily. It's there and then it's gone. And the dance that produces. The same thing with dancing. It's not about getting to the final move and finishing, and it's not really about the applause. It's about, personally, it's about the journey getting there. But this is something that's hard for me to do, and I constantly find myself getting pulled out of the moment. So yeah, I don't know. It's a strange place I find myself in, but yet it's a familiar friend, I'm afraid. So I don't know. I know these things do pass, but yeah, I just wish they wouldn't reoccur so frequently.